Hello everyone, this is Big Cuff Daddy Glenn Cuff and welcome to the weekly wrestling rundown. Now before I get into this video and everything, I want to show y'all a little something. I told you I had a little setup going on and stuff. Got my Elites collection over there. I got Roman, Magnum TA, Ultimate Warrior, several others. And in the ring I got the New Day versus the Nation with Harlem Heat on commentary. Alright, so yeah, just to kick things off, got a lot of wrestling to talk about and everything. This is my new setup and stuff. So we'll probably just shooting videos in here from now. But yeah, I'm gonna kick things off with Raw real quick. This shake-up still going on in WWE and stuff. So I'm gonna run through Raw and SmackDown real quick. The opener had a moment of bliss where she revealed Raw's representation in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It turns out it's none other than Ricochet, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. The moment of bliss segment set up tag match where we saw Ricochet and Braun Strowman win because Drew McIntyre wanted to pay Baron Corbin back for his treachery last week in the Triple Threat match where he won, where he stole Drew McIntyre's win and stuff. Also, too, another tag match. We saw the Usos versus the Club. Side note, I hate when WWE acts like the fans don't know things. I hate when WWE acts like the fans are forgetful. They act like the Club wasn't never on Raw, but the Club actually debuted on Raw. Come on now, WWE. Decent little match between the Usos. The Usos win. You can sort of tell that the Club is on their way out. You know, they're just using them as enhancement talents now for other tag teams. We get Miz TV with Miz's guest, the Almighty Lashley. Notably absent is the hype man Lio Rush. Miz TV turned into a fight when Lashley insulted the Miz's father by getting beat down by Shane McMahon. Set up a match between Lashley and the Miz. Shane McMahon came out to interrupt. Lashley gets the win. And after the match, Shane attacks the Miz. I'm sorry about this guy. And I guess this feud is going further on. Later on in the night, Miz challenged Shane McMahon to a cage match at Money in the Bank. After all that, got the Viking Raiders in action against Lucha House Party last week. Viking Raiders attacked Lucha House Party this week. Lucha House Party attacks the Viking Raiders before the match. Viking Raiders got the upper hand, beat down Lucha House Party again. So I guess they're doing that as a feud now instead of just a squash. Part number 2 of A Moment of Bliss. She reveals the women of the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's ladder match, which is none other than Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Dana Brooke, and Natalya. This segment set up a match, impromptu match between Alexa Bliss and Naomi. Alexa Bliss, not in her ring gear, had a little wardrobe malfunction with her shoes not staying tied. It led to her losing the match. Naomi picks up a big win going into Money in the Bank. After that, still in the women's division, we had an interview with Becky Lynch talking about doing double duty at Money in the Bank versus Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair, defending both titles in one pay-per-view. In 2 separate matches, by the way. Lacey Evans, I'm actually excited for Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. I'm getting a little tired of Charlotte versus Becky. We've seen that before. I'm just tired of seeing it. So I really am looking forward to another Charlotte versus Becky match. Then we have Hawkins and Ryder versus the Revival. The Revival wasn't able to pick up the win. Also, too, from the Usos match with the Club, after the match they showed a little video where the Revival, I think it was Dash Wilder, shaving Scott Dawson's back. I guess this is an attempt to try to humiliate him and stuff. Can't wait till both tag teams get it on. The Revival did lose the match against Hawkins and Ryder. I can't wait to see these two, the Usos and the Revival, get it on, because both of these guys, both of these tag teams are tag team championship worthy. The Usos most definitely. The Revival, they're a throwback to greater tag team days, and they're a really great tag team. And I can't wait to see what these two tag teams do in the ring. We saw a little preview of that at I think last year's Survivor Series, or last year's Survivor Series, when the Usos took out the Revival in the tag team Survivor Series match. And moving on, we got Sami Zayn cutting the segment where he's talking about his what he dislikes about WWE, the WWE universe, and the fans and stuff. Don't know where this is going. I hope that they're talking about someone coming to step up. They were talking about that on, I think, Busted Open Radio today. Who's going to be the person? They threw out some contenders. Me personally, I think it's going to probably be Bray Wyatt. I think it's going to be Bray Wyatt, because think about the new Bray Wyatt gimmick. Sort of looking at, I guess, happier things and stuff. I think he'd be the one to come out and interrupt Sami Zayn in one of his segments, and it's going to start off that feud between Sami Zayn and Bray Wyatt. Moving on, we got Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Rey cut a promo earlier in the night talking about, he wants to get back on the right track of things. His son was with him. Didn't know this, but Rey Mysterio celebrating today. He's celebrating 30 years in wrestling. And I didn't know he was in there that long, but yeah, big ups, congratulations to him in 30 years in pro wrestling. And I hope to see many more years of Rey Mysterio in pro wrestling. But yeah, look, the match was longer than WrestleMania. Good little match between Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. It looks like Rey Mysterio might be the number one contender to the U.S. title now. Then we get the contract signing ending Raw between AJ and Rollins. I'm excited for this match at Money in the Bank. Some people are complaining that it's not on a big 4 pay-per-view like SummerSlam or WrestleMania or Survivor Series. I have no problem with it being on a B-level pay-per-view. They need to do more big matches on big-level pay-per-views if they want to sell these pay-per-views as being just as good as the big 4s or stuff. So I have no problem with it. I can't wait for these guys to get it on both styles and similar and everything. Can't wait to see what these guys can do in the ring together. SmackDown Live, we get Kofi Kingston coming out, doing an interview with Michael Cole. They run down his journey to the WWE title and Kevin Owens' betrayal. Kofi Kingston basically challenges KO to a match at Money in the Bank for the WWE title. Xavier Woods attacks KO, gets laid out by KO, and Kofi comes down for the save for anything else happens. First match of the night, Bayley versus Becky. Have no problem. I know people said that Becky and Bayley have fought each other in NXT, but it's been so long since we've seen these two in the ring against each other. Hell, it's refreshing, actually. So I didn't mind this match. It was a good little match. Bayley lost. It wasn't like a squash match. Bayley just lost, Charlotte attacks after the match. I really ain't looking forward to another Becky-Charlotte match. The Hardy Boys, they come out to announce that they're vacating the tag titles due to Jeff Hardy's injury. Lars Sullivan comes out, attacks Matt Hardy, goes to attack Jeff Hardy, but R-Truth saves with a steel chair. And it looks like they're building Lars Sullivan up to be an unstoppable monster like Braun Strowman. So that's seems like what they're going to do with him and stuff. And I hope with the tag titles they do some type of tournament or something to crown new SmackDown Live tag champions. Then there's a reveal for the SmackDown Live men's Money in the Bank participants, and it's none other than Finn Balor, Ali, Andrade, and Orton. those are the four for SmackDown. Set up a little tag match. Ali and Balor versus Orton and Andrade. Match was pretty decent and stuff. Showcased Ali and Andrade real well. Made Ali look like he was possible winner for Money in the Bank. He took out Randy Orton after an RKO on Finn Balor. Moving along, we get a women's tag match between Asuka and Kairi Sane. Basically a squash match. They took on local jobbers. I guess to build this tag team up as a more credible tag team in the women's division. That was pretty quick. Then we have Roman coming out, cutting a promo on Shane and Elias. Shane set up a handicap match with special guest ref Elias against the B team. Roman, even though he was in a handicap match against the B team and had to contend with Elias trying to steal the match from him, he came out on top. So, basically squashed the B team. Then we get, already did the Balor Ali versus Orton and Andrade. Decent little match to showcase those guys. Firefly Funhouse, even though they had an episode on Raw too, it also aired on SmackDown. Also, I'm still sticking with my theory that it's like I guess what they're doing with Bray is sort of like Split, where he has different personalities, one light, one dark, or whatever like that. Like I said, very interesting. Episodes are done. You can tell like somebody who's done that before is behind it. Creative, like Jeremy Borash, maybe Matt Hardy. I heard the Undertaker. They even got some Hollywood people to come in and work on that. But good job on that. Then we have a KO show where KO comes out, says Xavier Woods is his guest. The real Xavier Woods doesn't come out. He has an action figure of Xavier Woods and an action figure of Big E with his leg wrapped up. Basically talking crap about the New Day. Coffee comes out and attack. That sets up. That sort of ends the show and stuff. Not really much happening there and everything. And in other news, we got Leo Rush supposedly has some heat on him. I'm hearing a lot of bad things about Leo Rush. Breaking protocol, locker room protocol or whatever, unwritten rules and stuff. I just hope he gets it together. Supposedly he's being taken off the main roster and he's heading back to either NXT or 205 Live. So that was the reason why he was absent from Raw with Lashley this week. I just hope he can get it together and everything. I like the pairing of Leo Rush and Lashley. So I just hope he can get it together and get back on Raw or main roster. Ambrose released a video, him in the prison, breaking out of his cell, running through the yard with the big dog behind him, getting the barbed wire. Looks like he's talking about going back to his roots. John Moxley, as a lot of people on the independent circuit know him as. I hope he. A lot of people are speculating he signed with AEW already. I'm hoping, if he hasn't, he's staying with WWE or something. This is something good for him in WWE. I hope he does wonderful things if he does go to AEW. So, I don't know where he's going to land, but I hope he lands wherever he lands, he succeeds. And then there's also confirmed by WWE that Goldberg is returning for the next Saudi Arabia show. Question is who's next? Who's going to take on? I'm going to just throw some names out there that probably be a good match against Goldberg. Lars Sullivan, Lashley, Drew McIntyre. Those are just some names I'm going to throw out there. Possibly Braun Strowman if you turn him heel. But yeah. And speaking of Goldberg, his greatest nemesis, Brock Lesnar, has retired from the UFC. Reports are he retired from the UFC and MMA fighting, and some even speculating he may retire from wrestling, WWE and all. And Not sure if the retiring from wrestling is true, but it is confirmed about the UFC and everything. So the match with Cormier is off, and he's basically, I don't know, I guess he's made enough money where he can sit at home and enjoy his money with his family and pay bills and stuff. So, I guess congratulations, Brock Lesnar, on retired. Welcome to the club. But yeah, also I'm gonna finish this up. PWX, Premier Wrestling Experience here in the Carolinas, is having a show on May the 12th here in Concord, North Carolina, at the Cabarrus Arena. They have the name of the show is The Art of War. They're gonna have a War Games match, which is gonna feature a faction in PWX known as the Syndicate, which is a collection of talent from managed by the Tommy Thomas. They're known as the Syndicate. They're a group, all black performers. They're great. They're going to take on Team PWX, which is another group of great wrestlers. Harlem Bravado, Corey Hollis, you've probably seen on Ring of Honor, and I believe on NXT also. John Scholar, who you saw on WWE television, Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Ring of Honor, and stuff. Also, Ethan Case, and Harlem Bravado, who was also in the first PWX War Games match. So all those guys are going to get it on in 2 rings, 2 cages, same rules that the original War Games had and everything. I'm going to be there. If you're in the area, May 12th, mail times 3 p.m. Make sure you're out there. This is going to be a great show and everything. I cannot wait. So if you're in the area, make sure you come out and see this show. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great. Also, too, if you haven't had a chance to, if you already have, you know what happened. But if you haven't already, go check out Ring of Honor and Impact's shows over this past weekend. Hearing a lot of good things coming out of both shows and stuff. I think Nick Aldis, the Ring of Honor show had Nick Aldis defending the NWA title against Marty Scurll. For this show, I guess it was the Crockett Cup. I believe it was here in Concord also at the same place, the Cabarrus Arena. I didn't see it, but I heard a lot of good things about it. They had the ring decked out in the NWA, classic NWA colors and logos, throwing homage to the tradition of the organization and everything. And I thought that was pretty dope. Seeing some pictures of it, I thought it was pretty dope what they did and everything. Nick Aldis retained. Impact, they have a new champion in, I believe, Brian Cage. He got injured in his match with Johnny Mundo. But yeah, the Rock and Roll Express was there in one of the shows, I believe. They lost to LAX. But yeah, make sure you... Oh, no, I'll take that back. I think they had a match against LAX. I'm not sure if they won or not. I believe they did have a match against the Briscoes, which they lost. So, that was that. That was that this past weekend. If you was there and you know what happened and stuff. But if not, go check those shows out on the respective promotions websites or YouTube channels or whatever. I'm hearing nothing but great things about those 2 pay-per-views. But that's all I have today, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, too, check out my Elites collection, my Elites ring. Got the Nation, New Day, several others. Hit a comment, let me know some figures I should get. I know some new ones are about to come out here soon. I will be making my collection. I will be having my collection growing and stuff and everything. If you like what you see, comment, give me some suggestions on things, how to improve. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching, sticking in there for 14 episodes. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys. God bless, and goodbye.